Okay. I said my name is Sapphire Yagami. I'm here with a view of Game of Thrones is back for season 5. Um, I didn't watch Game of Thrones until last year. Literally, it was last year. That's when I started watching Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has been on since 2011, but before that, it's a series of books. Um, so I sat there all season because I've been hearing about Game of Thrones. Like, what the hell is Game of Thrones about? Like, because all my friends pretty much watch it. So I'm like, I keep hearing about it. Everybody's talking about it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I'm like, okay, let me sit down and see what the fuck this shit is about. So I sat down and watched season 1. I got to the ending. Ned Stark gets his head chopped off. What? I'm like, from that season right there, I got addicted. So now we're here at season 5. So with season 5, the episode is titled "The Wars to Come." So we're starting off with the prologue, which is 25 years ago. A young Cersei Lannister and her friend meet Maggie, whom they know to be a witch and fortune teller. Cersei demands to know her future and whether or not she will marry the prince and have his children. Maggie informs her that she will instead be wed to the king. And while she will have 3 children, the king she marries will have 20. She also says that all of Cersei's children will wear golden crowns, but also golden shrouds, and that another queen, younger and more beautiful than Cersei, will cast her down. In King's Landing, in present day, Cersei arrives at the Scepter of Baelor to pay respects to her deceased father, Tywin. Once inside the sept, she chastises her brother Jaime for freeing their brother Oh god, these names. Okay, hold on. Tywin. Tyron, I think I'm pronouncing it right, and indirectly causing their father's death. At Tywin's wake, Cersei is approached by Lancel Lannister, who had become a devout member of the Sparrows, a religious cult, and asks Cersei's forgiveness for their adulterous relationship. What is with Cersei screwing people she's related to? Bitch! I mean, there's enough people in King's Landing you could have sex with that does not have to be related to you. I'm just saying. As well as drugging Robert Baratheon's wine on the day he died. Cersei denies any knowledge of her husband's murders and leaves. She's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Walks away. I'm Cersei. So in Pentos, Tyrion arrives in Pentos with the aid of Varys. Varys tells Tyrion that he and these damn names. Ilro Mopatis. Oh my god! If you watch Game of Thrones or you read the books, you know what I'm talking about. These names are so hard. Had worked together in secret to install Daenerys Targaryen as the ruler of Westeros, but that their errors in trying to restore the Targaryen dynasty has left them in Pentos, unable to return to King's Landing. Later, Varys discusses the virtues needed in a new ruler for Westeros, to which Tyrion replies that such a man does not exist. Varys offers Tyrion the choice of either drinking himself to death in Pentos or traveling with him to Meereen to support Daenerys. Tyrion eventually agrees to travel with Varys. In Slaver's Bay, there's a lot of places, man. In Slaver's Bay, several Unsullied remove the large gold harpy from the top of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid in Meereen. Later, one of the Unsullied is murdered in a brothel by a member of the Sons of Harpy, a resistance group operating in Meereen. Daenerys orders Grey Worm, I like Grey Worm, to find those responsible and for the murdered soldier to be buried in the Temple of Grace. Oh, these names, I swear. His daughter Lorak returns to Meereen and declares that his mission to Yunkai has been successful, and that the wise masters will turn over power to a control of former slaves and former slave owners. In exchange, the wise masters have asked that Daenerys consent to reopening of the fighting pits, an arena where slaves used to fight to their death. Daenerys denies the request. Later, the Nahadis urges her to reconsider it, as his youth spent fighting in the pits gave him the combat skills necessary for him to join the Second Sons, where he met Daenerys. Daenerys visits her two captive dragons, Viserys and Rhaegal, which she locked underground to prevent them from killing. When she approaches them, they attempt to attack her, forcing her to flee the room. In the Vale, Lord Peter Baelish and Sansa Stark watch Lord Robin Arryn struggle while sparring with a young boy. Sansa witnesses Baelish receiving a message, which he quickly hides. Lord Jon Royce has agreed to take Robin as his ward and train him to fight, but is not optimistic of his abilities. Though Baelish told Lord Royce that it would be traveling to the Fingers, Baelish and Sansa instead head west, with Baelish explaining that he is taking her to a place that the Lannisters can never find her. Podrick Payne attempts to plan the next move for Brienne and himself, but Brienne tells him that she doesn't want anyone following her. He reminds her of the oath she swore to Jaime to find the Stark girls, but states that Arya did not want her protection. As the two talk, Baelish and Sansa's caravan passes them at the wall. Jon Snow. I love Jon Snow. It's like you just want to say his name. It's like you want to say his name like Ingrid says it, but it's like you can't get her accent down, you know? Jon Snow. Jon Snow. I was like, I can't get the accent down. I can't get the accent. Jon Snow helps train new recruits to the Night's Watch while Samly Tarly talks to Gilly. I like those two together, Samwell and Gilly. They're just so cute together. About the front runners to be the next Lord Commander. Sam feels that Sir Alison Thorne will be selected, and as he hates the wildlings. Jon is summoned by Miss Langier. Sir, I swear I'm gonna get these names eventually. Miss Langier to speak with King Stannis Baratheon. Stannis wants Jon to persuade Manus Raider to bend the knee and have the wildlings fight for Stannis, so that he will take back the North from Roose Bolton. Stannis tells Jon that he has until sundown to convince Manus, or he will have him burnt to the stake. Jon tries to get Manus to agree, but he will not bend the knee, as he fears that the wildlings will not follow him if he does. At night, Manus is brought before Stannis, and told that if he agrees, he will be allowed to live. Manus declines the offer and is placed in a pyre. Yeah, I pronounced it right, pyre. Before the fire can kill him, Jon shoots him with an arrow, giving him a quick death. So, within this episode, it kind of gets straight to the point where we get to each character and we get exactly what's going on with them. You know, with Cersei, we see the prologue that, you know, she would have 3 children, but they would all have golden crowns. So obviously, what we see with the Baratheons, that we learned in season 1 of Game of Thrones, that all the Baratheon children have dark hair. Their hair is like, you know, mostly majority black. All of a sudden, you get to Joffrey, his hair is blonde. Now, the Lannisters, all of them have blonde hair. So that tells you, like, all her children are going to be, you know, product of incest. And not only will they be a product of incest, but eventually they're not going to live long, apparently. Because all of them are going to say, because she still, probably said, they all will go to crowns, but also golden crowns. Already we have Joffrey dead. Joffrey's gone. Woo, I was so happy. I did a dance. I was like, Joffrey dead. Dead. But it's like I had to do that because he's so annoying. But I guess that would make you a good actor. If you can make me hate the character so much that I'm dancing, that you dead, you was a good actor. Then in King's Land, in Pentos we have little Tywin. Oh, you gotta love Peter Dinklage. Like I love his character so fucking much. Like yes, I love his character. Yes. All right, so we have him, and I could definitely see him helping Daenerys Targaryen, because right now she's in Marine, and it's sort of like, I would say, practice and learning how to rule, because she's still young. So I think with someone like him by her side, she will definitely be able to, I think, to rule, Westeros. She will be able to rule, I think, rule just because she's already a natural born leader. We see that already, you know. But with him at her side, yeah, she could do great things. So in terms of going on Marine itself, Daenerys has this thing where we have these group of people known as, what they call again? The Sons of the Harpy, who are pretty much people, it's sort of like rebelling against Daenerys's, rule at this point. You got the Masters wanting to open up the fighting pits, but the fighting pits were primarily used as like slaves, using your slaves to literally fight each other to the death. And it's like she's not gonna do that. She's not. Who wants to, it's sort of a barbaric act in her mind, why would she would open it again? And a wise master like just do it. I guess you could say it could be used as similar to the gladiator games. Like the gladiator games, you're sort of like the same thing. You bought these people. Some of them were slaves, some of them was free men, and they fought each other for fame and glory and whatever. So I guess if well, obviously, if Daenerys opened it and used it like that, I guess it would be okay. I mean, if people are willing to fight each other, then I mean, who's to stop them? You know what I'm saying? If as long as it's of their own free will, then I say maybe she should do it. And then there's the part where she has to go visit her dragons. Visceron and Rhaegal, and they try to attack her, and my thing is what she thought was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember what season was it. I can't remember exactly what season was, but it was Drogon, the one she named after Khal Drogo. That's the the big dragon with the red spike on his head, and he ends up killing a little girl, and so she then has to try to put all her dragons away. But my thing, the way I felt when I saw this episode was that those two dragons, Visceron and Rhaegal, was getting blamed for what Big Brother did. It's like the big sister or Big Brother do something, the little siblings get in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, then not only that, but you do have them trapped in the thing, and we don't even know if she ever went to visit them or see them after she has locked them away. And so now they're big, full-grown dragons now, and they're pissed. You know what I'm saying? I would be pissed too if you're supposed to be literally. You're all they know as a sort of this mother figure, mother of dragons. They could burn. She's not gonna get hurt by fire. We've seen that fire does not harm her. Fire can hurt a dragon. So we've seen that, but it's it's like angst. They're pissed. Oh, you locked us in this thing. We have not killed anybody, but now we probably will because we're pissed off at you. You know what I'm saying? It's children. They're her babies. Then we have Lord Peter Baelish, who has hiding something from Sansa Stark, because we don't know what is inside the paper pad. Then there's Sansa. I would say Sansa will have to be my least favorite character. Oh my god. I'm hoping within this season I definitely do get to see her character grow some more, because from season 1 on to season 4, her character just has been through some shit. Talking about abuse by Joffrey. But then somebody had pointed out on I think it was a Tumblr on Facebook. They had pointed out a clip of, I think it's the first season, where I think she was talking to Arya, talking about a man she wants. She said, I don't want a man who's kind and gentle. I was like, really, bitch? Well, that's what she got with Joffrey. He was not kind, nor was he gentle. You got what you asked for. And now, I don't want to spoil it, because I don't know if everybody's seen the second episode yet. I don't want to spoil it because they said the first 4 episodes leaked online. I watched them all before, and I was like, I kind of don't want to spoil it yet, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, if you read the books, you probably know what happened. I already know what's going on, so good for you. But if you haven't, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. I'm not gonna spoil it. But and then there's Jon Snow, and with his situation, they're going for Lord Commander, which will make sense, because I think Jon Snow as Lord Commander would definitely be perfect, because he's a good fighter. He's a good leader. And because when it comes with the wildlings, everybody's like, oh, the wildlings are one. I'm like, the wildlings are just like you. They just happen to, Jon Snow said, they just happen to be born on the wrong side of the wall. And he has this level of compassion, which I think would definitely be perfect for him being Lord Commander. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the Night's Watch needs. You need somebody with compassion. Because at the end of the day, yes, they're wildlings, but they're people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're still people. Now, all they're trying to do, as we see in the previous season, is trying to get away from the White Walkers. That's all they want. This is all they want, just come to the other side of the wall to get away from them. I mean, winter is coming, you know. I'm just saying, winter's coming. Winter is coming. So anyway, comment, rate, subscribe for episode 1 of season 5 of Game of Thrones. Tell me what you think and everything. So